As a gym owner, I had a tibialis machine. Then when the home gym guys made this and I started using it, I realized it was even better because it scales down. You can use 1 pound, but on a tibialis machine, there's a certain amount of starting weight. So this is actually what's cracked the code for my dad, who, to be honest, the 0 version, as much as that scales, is actually still intimidating for him. But with this, you can actually go lower. So of course now I can push myself harder because I get this measurable load. So I can push toward really elite world-class levels of bulletproofing, but my dad can regress it down to just the lowest of the low levels. And you have a free weight component. And compared to tibialis machines, which could vary from brand to brand, there's no variance here. So it gives us a measurable. So I like to push myself and athletes toward 20 reps per set with 20% of our body weight on there. Tougher than it sounds. Now, I also have used a seated calf machine for years. Keegan Smith, AKA the ATG mentor, well, he's been building out his home gym just like I did. So prior to getting a seated calf machine, and for Keegan, he has actually had a major history of lower leg, shin, foot issues really his whole life. So he started doing this, thinking of it out of a rehab approach. Now let's look at this. For me using this compared to seated calf, the stretch actually feels a little bit better at the bottom, to be honest with you. If you try it, you'll see it's a little bit better feeling stretch. It's less jointy, perhaps something about that really good angle and really good grip on the board. And then at the top, it's a noticeable difference. At the top, you really feel yourself pushing through that big toe. And most of us are finding, because of being locked up or just doing flat-footed lifts our whole life, that we're actually weak through our feet and we haven't developed those foot muscles. This is a total difference. If you want to experience it, try 50 reps. We're going to be using on Wednesdays as an option, instead of seated calf raise, 3 sets back and forth with our tibialis raise of 25 to 50 reps. Meaning, if you can't do 25, you do need to lighten it down. If you get 50, you probably should go heavier. If you're tapping out in the 26 to 49 range, that's probably a good weight. Notice I have a dumbbell here and a kettlebell. These are both very comfortable at 25% of my body weight. And doing that to 50 reps, I actually feel my soleus, the lower, deeper calf muscle that doesn't get talked about enough, that most athletes have actually never really trained or felt working. That guy, I feel beyond anything that I've ever done. And just like with our tibialis, this is actually easier than the lowest level of 0 KOT calf raise for the soleus. So it's very interesting that this allows me to get a measurable load, because on a seated calf machine, machines vary in difficulty depending on the brand. So this allows me to get a measurable load and really push myself as an athlete to that 25% per leg for 50 reps, which feels about as difficult as our other calf standards. So we're just using that as a starting point. But again, this is not altering what's worked for me with the seated calf. It's just fine-tuning it, making it more accessible, making it more free load, which gives us a little more gain, a little more range of motion. So I do believe this is better. I do believe this could be a game changer for people of all walks of life for bulletproofing our Achilles. Huge thanks to Keegan, aka the ATG mentor, as always. And I've already filmed updated form videos for this, so anything you see me doing is going to be in the site and app by Wednesday's session this coming week. I can't wait to help more people to this rather than having to skip the seated calf or not having it feel just right.